Would you believe me if I told you the most beautiful beaches on planet Earth are in Japan? People here live longer than anywhere else on Earth. But why?
I have a theory.
In this episode, we'll discover the secrets of this unassuming remote island that offers a slice of paradise that's often overlooked. We'll live like locals, explore their interesting diets, and find the beaches that might be the secret to their youth.
Miyakojima is known for the best beaches in all of Okinawa.
And prepare for some surprises along the way.
No! Oh my god. Miyakojima!
So I came all the way to Okinawa for a couple of big reasons. The first one, I am a quarter Okinawan, so to explore my heritage, but the second one to discover why Okinawans live so long.
Okinawa is considered a blue zone, which means people here live longer than anybody else. The average lifespan is 87 years.
We'll revisit that in a bit, but for now, grab your sunscreen and let's take the beautiful journey to Okinawa.
Oh my god, it's so tropical. You can't feel the climate, you can't feel the breeze, you can't feel the hot, humid temperature.
I just thought I was having a medical episode. Feels like my bag's on fire. It is the hottest I've ever been in my entire life.
Oh my god, it is the most blue water I've ever seen in my life.
Let's start with the basics. Did you even know Japan had islands? You might know Okinawa, but you've never seen it like
You
this.
touch down from the airport, you drive 15 minutes, and you're here.
Mango sour.
Cheers.
But why not just fly to Hawaii or the Caribbean? What makes it so special all the way out here?
May be wondering what Miyakojima Island even is. When you think of Okinawa, you probably think the main island. Okinawa is actually a collection of different islands, like the Kurama Islands and Ishigaki, which is a bit bigger. Miyakojima is known for the best beaches in all of Okinawa. It's a little bit more expensive to fly down here, but it is only 2 hours away from Tokyo. If you want to go to the most beautiful beach in the world, you have to get down here to Miyakojima.
So why come all the way to a place you can't just reach by a ferry? The simple answer, the beaches.
There are 3 main beaches that I recommend you go to. Number 1, the one we're standing on, Yonaha Beach, considered one of Japan's best beaches, and in my opinion, one of the best beaches in the world.
Yonaha Beach is widely known and rated as Okinawa's best beach, and this is not false advertising. Some beaches are more photogenic than how they feel, like our California beaches, but this truly feels exactly how it looks, like you're walking into heaven's gates.
Other travel vlogs don't tell you how warm the water is. I'm a baby when it comes to water, and this is like bath water. So clear, powdery sands.
Number 2, Toguchi Beach. It's a must go to because it's much less touristy.
You can't talk about this next beach without talking about Irabu Island and the breathtaking Irabu Bridge you take to get there.
This is the Irabu Bridge. You drive it across Miyakojima and Irabu and it connects both islands together. It's Japan's longest toll-free bridge, and just look at it.
The Irabu Bridge actually only opened in 2015, so it's kind of like an extra bonus that you get to visit Irabu Island while you're on Miyako. But this bridge has become an iconic symbol for both the islands. Once you're on Irabu Island, you'll feel a far more private and exclusive energy. And I think the best beach in town is this one, Toguchi No Hama. It has pristine white sand, and it's absolutely exceptional. Fun fact, Irabu Island is actually located on the same latitude as Hawaii and the Caribbean, so it's very famous for its diving. But if you come all the way out here, there's a good chance you'll have the beach to yourself.
We're staying in Miyakojima, but a lot of the resorts, meaning like 2 or 3, are on Irabu Island. This is Toguchi Beach at sunset, next to the Blue Turtle Cafe.
And on the property is the restaurant I can't stop dreaming about.
We are at Blue Turtle Cafe, a cafe, restaurant, and bar that overlooks the water. You can't see it now because it's evening time, but it looks over Toguchi Beach water, which is like stunning.
This alone could be the reason why Okinawans are thriving, but their diet also plays a huge factor.
One of the main keys to why they live longer is a healthier diet. And one of the main ingredients in their diet is this purple potato. And we've got it right here, the purple potato and purple potato chips. It looks delicious, and it's very healthy on top of it.
Farmers historically in Okinawa needed to stay sustained throughout the day because they have so much work to do in farming. And because of the muggy climate, they didn't want to be super bloated. So that's why they had to eat a lot throughout the day and little portions at a time. So a lot of carbohydrates like soba noodles. Apparently rice used to be a luxury. They have tons of sugar cane that they grow, and especially in Ishigaki and Miyakojima, they have a lot of mangoes in the southernmost point.
The third that I recommend is a beach where you can go and see sea turtles. Coral reefs, beautiful fish, it's just amazing. Keep our fingers crossed, I want to meet a sea turtle today.
If you're looking for adventure while you're on the island, this is the place to be.
All right, we're getting snorkeling gear right now.
This beach is on the opposite side of the island, but it's worth it to see these majestic creatures.
This is the path to the beach where you're supposed to be able to see sea turtles.
I never really realized how vulnerable and sacred the coral ecosystem is until I came here. It is such a gift to live on this beautiful planet, and it's so important for us to protect the marine life for future generations to enjoy. Now, the sea turtles. They're very significant in Miyako's history and culture. They're often seen as symbols of good fortune, and they are so magical. There's actually a story that's been told in my family where my grandfather was drowning in the sea and he was saved and brought to the shore by a sea turtle. However, their population is declining due to overfishing and habitat loss, so it's our job to protect them.
They were right here. There were some old ones. A fish came up and tried to attack us. I think he was trying to get us away from the sea turtle. But there's hundreds of them. We thought it was going to take a while. We saw 5 of them. Some of them were really booking it out there, but they were pretty fast.
Make sure you come before 12 o'clock, because if you don't come before noon, you might not get to see them. So be sure to be up early to catch these guys.
Let this next place be a lesson to not always go with Google recommendations. This is Sunayama Beach, highly rated, but we found it scary.
Hopefully we don't die.
Yeah, but I'll take my chances. Craziest butterfly I've ever seen.
Japanese tradition believes that butterflies are past spirits, especially black ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's your grandma or your Aunt Terry. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
No! No! No!
Oh my God.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah.
So many of them.
Oh God.
Sometimes the best thing you can do in a foreign country is get lost and find your own spots, and for us, it wasn't this. But this next spot was a happy accident, a random castle with ties to Germany.
It's the Ueno German Culture Village. It's a castle in the middle of this tiny island. It makes no sense. It's a replica of the Marksburg Castle, a German castle, and it commemorates the friendship between Germany and Japan. In 1873, there was a shipwreck and a typhoon came. So locals came out and saved them. And the Emperor of Germany was so pleased and happy about the treatment of their people by the locals here in Miyakojima that they built this structure as a sign of their friendship to them.
This is another popular part of the island called Shigira.
So this is kind of like a main dining and shopping and live music place here in the Yonaha Bay area.
And now, since I've convinced you to come here, here's some important things to remember.
For Miyakojima, here are a few tips that you need to know before you go. Number one, you gotta have transportation. It's too hard to get around without a car. Take a shuttle to get your rental car at Budget Rent-A-Car. It's about 120 degrees in here right now. You need to get an international driver's permit. You just go to AAA and they issue you this permit and you're allowed to drive in another country. But don't trust Google Maps. It takes you on weird side roads and it just doesn't really know the addresses that well. On a bunch of really weird, bizarre routes, like the one we're on. You have to drive on the left side of the road. The learning curve is a bit... This is scary.
Josh has already put on the windshield wipers instead of the freaking turn signal.
Having a car is so important because look, you can literally pull your car up on the beach. You see it on a map and you don't really realize how small it is. For example, you can pretty much scale the entire thing by car in 25, 30 minutes and you're only driving 35, 40 miles an hour. So I mean, it is not a big island at all. Filling up the tank was 4,000 yen, which is probably about 30 bucks.
There's some crazy sounds here in Miyakojima. It woke us up this morning. We thought it was an alarm or a bird or a sprinkler system.
Makes this crazy sound.
If you want to truly immerse yourself in Miyako's culture, I suggest instead of staying at a hotel, you rent a house like we did. They have several affordable options around the island on things like Airbnb that are super unique. And a fair warning, if you come in July like we did, it is hot and humid.
Really great place to stay in Miyakojima if you want to feel like a local. There's an outdoor shower and the sound that wakes you up at 6 a.m., whatever that is. Hi.
And the closest thing to Starbucks in town is this tiny vending machine.
And like that, your morning coffee, even on a remote island in the China Sea.
Another fair warning, anyone coming to Japan, we have not been able to go to the bathroom in 9 days.
Maybe it's because you're running on no sleep with jet lag. Maybe it's the cuisine.
Speaking of cuisine, Miyako City is the place to be for that. It is nothing to write home about, but there are some authentic restaurants.
Right now, we are at a place called Goya, and it is traditional Okinawan food, specifically Miyakojima Okinawan food. They normally play live music there's like a traditional, it's like a banjo. Too late to get the live music, but traditional Okinawan food, never really had it. This is gonna be a first.
To start off any Okinawan meal, it's all about the awamori.
You mix it with the water.
It's their version of sake derived from rice, but it's so strong, it's 30 to 40% alcohol.
This is like a tofu situation. These are potato croquettes.
So Okinawans used to survive on just their sweet potatoes, and these are like fried purple sweet potatoes. They're delicious.
This is a stir fry. This is a mango beer, which looks delightful.
And finally, we were able to get some insight from a fellow Okinawan.
I'm saying I'm 1/4 Okinawan. Do I look it?
はい、ちょっと
Really? Oh my
似てます。
god!
ファミリー、
Family!
ありがとうございます。
There are a couple of streets here downtown, some bars and Family Mart. I'm still gagging from the awamare fried mochi with sweet soy sauce.
But as we wrapped up our trip, we still hadn't pinned down the specific reasons of why people here live so long, until now.
This is Okinawa. You can get a random beach at sunset all to yourself.
There's a word that kept coming up in Japan, and for me, it's the answer to it all.
They have something called ikigai, which is a Japanese term. It's a blend of two words, iki meaning to live and gai meaning reason. So ikigai, what is your reason to live?
生きがいご飯を食べる。
Eating?
はい。
Okay, so in our search for why do Okinawans live so long, we find their mindset. There's a famous saying that I think really sums up Okinawa, and that is Nankuru Nisa, means things will work out somehow, which is just so quintessential Okinawan in their low stress environment. Just don't worry, because everything is going to somehow work out. I want everybody to experience Miyakojima. It's better than Hawaii. It's better than the Caribbean.
We've barely just skimmed the surface here in Okinawa, as next week we'll be on the main island diving even deeper into the culture's longevity and the concept of ikigai.
What is your ikigai?
So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next, the grand finale to this amazing Japan series, and if you haven't seen those videos yet, go back now to get caught up. And if you're new here, my name's Ellie. I'm so grateful to have you on this journey. And if you've made it this far, drop me the turtle emoji, just so I know.